Hi everyone, welcome to Ajiro Tech. In this video, we'll be looking at the Cambridge IGCSE ICT Paper 2 Data Manipulation May-June 2018. We'll be looking at the first variant. Okay, so let's dive into database. Okay, you're going to prepare some report using deleted tables in a database. Make sure all dates are displayed in this format: DD-MMM-YY. So that is 21st January JAN, and of course the year has to be maybe 23. Okay, and are displayed in the format. The time is also displayed in the format HH.MM.SS. Okay, times. Okay, do we have full time? All right, so we have that. Right, import the file J218 student.csv into the suitable database package. Now, for us to do that, obviously you have to open this and create a database for it. Okay, so I'm just going to choose Ajiro NDDB. I'm going to choose the location for this file. Just looking at it. Okay, 2018. Yeah, so I'm going to save it here. Okay, and I'm going to click on create. This is the extension for it, ACCDB, right? That's the account database, and click on create. I think I can just take off this, close. Now, yes, I like what I see, so I'm going to click on external data. Right here on import and links, click on new data source. From file, click on text file. I'm going to browse where it is quickly. So many files, guys, so many files. And yep, so I'm going to look for it. This is students. Okay, yeah, going to open it, click on OK. It's going to show like this. Leave it the way it is. Click on next. So right here you're going to click on first row contain fields name, then I'm going to click on advanced. So let's start putting in place. Full name is text, family name text, student ID text, date of birth is okay, it has this, right? Okay, so obviously we're going to set it in our design view. Faculty is text, telephone number text, so we're going to change this from long integer to, because of the plus it has, full time. The full time is boolean to display yes or no. Okay, yes or no. Yeah, okay, I'm going to click OK here. All right, next. Okay, click on choose primary key. Which primary key are we giving? Student ID. Okay, as the primary key. Finish. So yes, place in your evidence showing the field name and data type used in the table. So obviously they want to see this, so I'm just going to open it and right here on home, switch it to design view. Okay, now it should be showing yes or no, so I'm going to change it from checkbox. Click on lookup to text box. Okay, then right here in birth date, yeah, click on the format right here. Okay, so we're going to click on home, save this, click on home, switch to datasheet view. So we have this. Okay, so I think this is fine. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're going to just gonna put this here so it doesn't distract my work. So we're going to take evidence showing the feed name and data type used in the table. So we're going to take that. Okay, I'm just going to take this up and search for my snipping tool. Okay, and I'm going to take this together with this. Okay, so obviously the medium has to show for the date and time. So I'm going to place this in my evidence 4. I'm going to open my evidence document. So evidence 4. Okay, going to save it. Okay, this is completed. Import the file J218 test data as a new table in your database. So let's pin it, switch to datasheet view. I'm going to close this. Yes, I'm saving. Yes. Click on external data, new data source, from file to text file, browse it to test data, right? Yes, going to open it. Okay, next, check here. First row contains feed name, right? And I'm going to do click on advanced. So let's check. Make sure the test date and time as displayed in the required format. So obviously for test date is the date and time. To this and time. Okay, yeah, we're fine with this. We're going to do that in design view. So let's just click on next and let's have a fun of it. Okay, so let me choose. Are they giving something to us? Do not set the primary key. Oh, okay, no primary key. I hear you. I hear you. No primary key. I hear you. Okay. So no primary key. I hear you. Right. Create. Okay. So we had completed this. Nope. We have completed this. Just going to select what we have completed so that we don't, and we have done this. Okay. Okay, so this is next. Okay, close. So okay, so we have this here. Double click, double click, double click, double click. So obviously what we are changing here is the start time. Okay, so let's switch to home, design view. I'm just gonna take this off. Start time. Okay, and so we're just going to scroll up and copy this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, right? Mr. Joe, just that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So just that, and we're going to paste it here. Okay. So we've done that on start time, and save this. So you can see that this is the hour, this is the minute, this is the second, right? So that has been changed. Okay. All right. Is there anything else? Test duration as well. Test duration as well. Start time. Test duration has to be 12 hours. Okay, so for the test duration, because now they said in the format and times are displayed in this format times, right? So obviously, okay. So for the test day, test duration AM, okay, that's 12:40. This was 16 hours, 12 um, minutes. So for this, we're just going to leave it because this is actually correct. So we're not tampering with this. So it's only the time, okay? So you just need to be observant of that. Okay, so I think we're done. Okay, let's go down. So yes, for dates, that reminds me. Yes, for dates, the test dates. So for date has to be in this format. So I'm just going to switch to design view. The test date has to be in this format because DDMMMYY. Okay, save datasheet view. Okay, all right. So we are following some instructions. We're looking good. Hope you're having a good time doing this with me, right? Because trust me, we're having a blast. So create a one-to-many relationship between student ID in the student table and the reg ID field in the test data table. Okay, so let's create the relationship. I'm just going to close this. I'm just gonna close this. Gonna close it. So relationship. Okay. Okay. Relationships. So we're going to create a one-to-many relationship between student ID and the student table and reg ID field in the test data. Mm-hmm. So obviously this needs to be a primary key, but we're not making it a primary key here because it needs to be a foreign key in this table. Okay, so create. Do I see a screenshot? Yes, I see a screenshot. Place your evidence document screenshot showing the type of relationship between the two tables. So obviously they want to see the relationship. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to right click on this and click on edit relationship, and I'm going to take the screenshot of this. Okay, click on new, and I'm going to drag. Yeah, this is for evidence 5. Okay, I think I can crop this. Okay, all right. So this is completed. Critic, come now. data entry form, which will include all the feed from the test data table. Okay, the feed heading must be aligned to the left and position. Okay, must be aligned to the left and position under each other. Make sure all the feed headings and data are fully visible. Now that's a different thing we need to pay attention to. So I think we have, okay, save. Then we can close. Now we're going to click on create form. All the field from the test data. So from the test data, we're moving everything here. Okay. Come now. What's the field title? So we can just call this data entry form. Copy it. It's gonna add some spice to it. Some spice to it. I know. Okay. So this is completed. Now the next thing we're going to do according to the question right here is, it says the feed heading must be aligned to the left and position under each other. Okay, so they're going to be positioned under what? Each other. Okay, so we have them positioned under each other. So each of them, now it says the feed heading must be aligned to the left and position they are positioned under each other. That's what the columnar does. I'm going to switch this to design view. I'm going to adjust it. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to create some buttons. Um, okay, I'm just going to create buttons here. So this button will be for add new record text. Okay, format, change it to this, bold it, red is my preferred, white, and bold. Come again, create another one. Record operation. I'm just going to add the basic ones like save, record. So I won't be adding everything. So because of time. So you have an idea of what I'm talking about. Form design. So we can add a delete. Um, so you can never tell text. Okay, format here. and then I'm just going to add more to it. This one will be navigation, find next record, previous record, and that's all. Text. Now go back, choose text, click on finish. Finally, go to previous. I'm going to change the format, change shape to this. Okay, so we are done. All right, so we are done with this. So let's switch to the view. Here will be layout view. Okay, we're just going to we'll call this a data entry form, or a text data. We can add a text data here. A text data entry form. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I like what I see. I have to do this as well. If you've been watching my videos, you know that I just have a knack for design. I'm a graphic designer, so don't blame me. Okay, don't put it on me. Okay, I have this white and bold. Okay, I can just make the text to be 14. Remember, I'm bolding everything. So let me just, the ones I've selected, let me make them, nope. The one I'm selecting, let me just make them, you have to be careful when you're on this, so you don't make any mistake, okay? Just going to make them 14, going to make them bold, okay? Okay, in the same vein, I have this. Okay, I'm just going to work on the outline. Yeah, shape outline right here. And I'm going to increase the thickness. Whew. Okay, so I think we have this. So fully visible. Okay, so obviously I would have made this more bolder, but think I see. Let's make this for 14. I'm just going to pin this so it makes it easier for me. 14. Okay, so we are done. So the next thing we're going to do now is, and you're wondering, why is it going through all the stress? It's just one mark. I know, right? Okay. So let's do this. Now use the form created in 23, in step 23, to enter the following details as a new record. So we're just going to do this. Okay. Be upon you in 1,000 generations, your family. Alright, so we have this. So we're just going to click on a blank one and we're going to type all this. We're going to switch to the form view. Okay, so I will just copy paste, copy paste. Obviously in the exam you're going to type it, so you're not going to be doing copy paste. So you're not going to do that in exam. You're going to type it and you're going to paste. Okay, right? So result is copy paste, copy paste, copy paste, copy, and then you paste, copy, and then you paste, and finally copy, and then you paste. So for test duration, I have to change it. So guys, obviously for test duration, it's not so for test duration, it's not giving me what I want. So I'm just going to click on the test data again. Test duration, obviously we're going to have to change it. Go to design. Okay. Change it to this. No, I'm just going to type it HH HH I'm going to save this. Obviously I'm going to close it. So I have I want to, did it save? Okay, it's fine if we have this added to the record. It's fine, it's still fine. We can still fix it. All we have to do, we close it. Okay, design test duration hh.mm dot ss. Okay, so we're going to switch to datasheet view. So we have the test duration here. Okay, so that has been changed. So obviously we can still search um Jirax. So let's check for, let's look for it here. I'm just going to copy this to find it. um Obviously, what can we use here? We'll have to use internet and email. Let's see if we can use internet and email under the units. Okay, find next. Okay, I think I've seen it here. um yes, it's been added, and if you check now, it's now 36 um minutes. So obviously the test duration is also for the time as well. So because so when they said times are displayed in, they're talking about the date and time. So all the ones that have date and time has to be displayed in this format. So that means I have to go through my database once more to check all the data, the date and time, to ensure that they are in that format. This is a test date all the time. Okay, design view. Okay, so I think that's fine. um okay, so I'm just going to close this. And I'm going to have to copy this again. Okay, and make sure, yes, save the data, place your evidence document, a screenshot showing this data in your phone. They want to see all this in your phone. So we're going to take a screenshot. Oh, this is not the data. I'm just going to look for it here. Now we might have just a little issue here because we saved this without looking for it. So I'm just going to search to find what number it is. So that's 45. Okay, so that's 45. So there's always a way around it, like obviously that was an error on our part. Yeah, so 45. So if we go to the form, you just have to scroll to 45 right here. Obviously, if we close this and open this, we should be able to get this too. So there's one trick I'm going to do right now because we want this to be like this. It's already there, but we want this to be like this. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, type 45. Just going to copy this, paste this, and I'll take the screenshot of it. Okay, they want to see a screenshot. Let's give them a screenshot. So obviously this is not going to change because we already created the form, added the fields before making that modification. Okay, so yeah, so this is going to be in evidence 6, but I'm going to do something right now. I'm just going to pause the video and close it, open it to see if it's going to work. Okay, now there was something I was able to do to get this to work. Now, obviously, when you make a mistake in a field, this is what you do, okay? You're going to add the field again. You're not doing a new form, okay? For example, you could see that I'm going to, real quick, that we made a mistake, and in our test duration, we have changed it right here, right? But it's not showing right here because it's not showing right here, right? Because this is we have already created the form with this field and we've made modifications to that field, so it becomes a new field. So what we can do right now is this. We're just going to click on view, just in case for students who make mistake during the examination. Oh, I forgot this thing. There's always a way out. I'm going to show you right here in this video. Okay, yeah, you stay with me, don't switch on it, just stay with me. Okay, so right here on the test duration, we're going to click on anyway, let me see this. Okay. Um, I'm just having another idea right now, so maybe this works. Okay. So I can just take this off. So maybe this works. Okay, let me see. So I'm just going to take this off. Okay, well, let's see. And let's switch the view. Let me check. I want to be sure if it worked. Nope, it didn't work. So um, okay, I'm just going to undo this. Okay, I can just select this again. Let me see if it's going to work. All right, just select it again. Let me see if it's going to work. Is it working? Nope, still the same field. So obviously I think my So obviously I think my method works, because I was just trying to see if uh, we could get that done. So let's just stick on adding existing field, and we could just bring this field again, right? And then we have to take this one off here and bring this one here, right? Okay, we're still going to format it. This is going to be formatted to red. This is white, bolded, and this is going to be 14. Okay, so we have this right here. Okay, so we have this here. Okay, and we can adjust this here. Okay, the same way we're going to do that, we're going to click on the outline. Okay, the weight is going to be okay. So we have this over here. Okay, so now this is the old one. Now if we click on home and switch it to form view, see what happens. Now we have a new field right here, right, than the old one. Okay, so that's just what I wanted to explain to you, so you can actually do that. So I'm just going to take off this, so obviously you don't need it again. Okay, I'm just going to pause this to get this done. Okay, so I've been able to adjust it, so that's okay. So I'm going to switch to form view. So now we have it all lined up. So it's still the same thing. I think I can even take this screenshot, right? So it's still the same thing. So you can have this like this, but let me check this my screenshot here. I'm just going to take another screenshot so it doesn't. Okay, so I'm just going to take another screenshot. So we have this here. Okay, so I'm going to paste this here in my evidence. Take this out and paste this here. Okay, so it is well spaced and well seen. Okay, okay, so all right. Yeah, this took quite a lot of time, because most of the time forms are usually the issues most students encounter, and they just have a knack for it, right? So probably you've learned something today, so now we can begin. Each test is marked out of 60. You will need to calculate the percentage each student has achieved using fields from both tables. Produce a report, right? So let's produce a report. So obviously, the first thing we're going to do is for us to create a query, and we'll give a query. I think we'll give a query yellow, or so I'm just going to use yellow for query, right, and pink for report. Can't remember what I did for other video, but so yeah, I'm just going to close this, save, and close. And I'm going to create a query. I'm going to do this here. Now I'm going to click on the query wizard, a simple query. Then I'm going to look at the test feed. Okay, can I? So I can do this, all right? So I have student ID as the first thing. I have first name. I have family name, birth date, full time, test date, unit, score, result, and then we have percentage mark, which is what we are going to create. Okay, so click on this title is going to be internet unit completed. Now, most of the time, this may not work for your system. In cases where you're trying to put this, the title for your query doesn't work, just save it like that, right? You can just type any name, save it like that. Then, once you're done with this, right? Once you're done with this, you can close this, right? Notice form query, right click on it, and you click on rename, and then you can actually do that. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So we have this right here. Okay, so it's fine. Do not group the data. Of course, this data is not grouped, and that obviously that will be for report. Now show. Let's create the field, right? They say contain a new field called percentage mark, which is calculated at one time. This field we calculate the score divided by 60. So let's do that. So we have the percentage mark. So obviously in your database you need knowledge of mathematics. So for students who are been playing with their maths, so please don't play. Okay, don't play with your maths. Okay, so our score divided by 60. Okay, which should be displayed as a percentage with 0 decimal place. Okay, so we have this, so it will be displayed as a percentage with 0 decimal place. So obviously whatever score you have, is going to be this. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is right here. Right, so let's begin. Okay, so I'm going to click on home, switch to my design view. Okay, so I'm going to move this. So right here, I'm going to click on my builder, and I'm going to select. Okay, I have the parameters already, so I'm just going to choose set score divided by 60. So I have a score, right, divided by 60. I'm going to OK this. It's going to show an expression, and I'm going to copy this. Okay. copy. I'm going to copy this. Just let me search for my magnifier so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so right here I'm going to backspace and paste what I've copied. Obviously in exam you're going to type it, so this is what I want to see, and yes, I can take it back and we can run it, and we're going to have this. Okay, so now you're going to see this simply means that there are a lot of things contained. Now if I do on, it shows, right? It shows that, so whenever I do this, it means that the words here or the values here, the content of this field are more than what the field can hold. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so now they said, and be displayed as a percentage with 0 decimal place. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. Okay, 0 decimal place. So I'm going to go to my design. So right here I'm going to click on property sheet. Yeah, so right here on format I'm just going to change it to percent, 0 decimal place. Yeah, 0 decimal place. I'm going to run it. Okay, all right, so we have this. All right, okay, so this is a query. So this is completed. Show only the records where the full time is yes. Okay, so I'm going to switch to my design view. Full time is okay. Yeah, the full time right here is yes. Okay, you could type small letters, uppercase, whatever. The moment you run it, it's going to show that the full time is yes. Okay, we're still moving, making progress. Unit include internet. Now what this means, unit include internet would be it could be internet and something internet. Now we have the wildcard, right? The wildcard, I'm going to type it here. Now for the wildcard we have asterisk, Ajiro. This means at the beginning. Ajiro. This means it will appear at the ending. Okay, this means it will appear at the ending. This means it will appear at the beginning. I think I have a slide for it. So yes, it's called what we call a search criteria. Now we have wildcard. You know, sometimes a field may contain more than one word, right? And to find specific, you need to write a wildcard search. Now, like something like this, this means it's in between. Okay. So we have, this means it will start with 37, and this means it will end with. So obviously, this means the asterisk here means it's starting with this, and this other one means that it's ending with it. Okay, that's what this simply means. So obviously the asterisk here means the asterisk 37 means it ends with 37, and the asterisk at the ending of 37 means it is starting with what, 37. So obviously that's what it means. So obviously we're looking for what will start with this and what will end with this. So obviously the asterisk at the ending, it means it's going to start. 37 will be at the beginning of it, and the asterisk 37 is going to be the end of it. I hope that makes sense. So invariably this simply means, Agile simply means that it is starting with this, and Agile asterisk means it is ending with this. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so this is starting with this. That's for yes. Okay, so this is for starting and this is for ending. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. So obviously that's what it means. So Agile is going to be at the front, and right, this is going to be that. Okay, so obviously wildcard are very important to understand. it's very important that you understand them. So yes, that's what simply means. So this simply means that it's going to start with a gyro, and this simply means that it's going to end with a gyro. I don't know if that makes sense. So obviously over here we see that asterisk 37, it is ending. For example, 08100 whatever is going to end with 37, and 37 asterisk, it means it's going to start. So obviously you'll be having 37, then you have others, and then you have asterisk, then you're having is going to end with that. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, so please, if you're having a difficulty, for example, let's look at another example again that makes it easy. So obviously if you're looking at a number, you have 01 and then you have 01. So what this simply means is, if you have an asterisk here, it means it's ending. Okay, it's ending with what? The 01. Then if you have asterisk here, it is starting with 01. That's what it means. So the first asterisk means it's ending with that number. The last asterisk means it is starting with it. So anytime you see the asterisk there, it means it's beginning with it. And the asterisk at the beginning means that is the ending point. Then we have asterisk in between. This means that it can be in anywhere, right? It can be in any form. So that's what this means, right? So you can have like this. So it means you can have it chatting tatum is going to be anyway. Okay, so why only field containing the chatting statums will be shown. Okay, so it's very important that we know this. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to continue this. So they said unit containing internet. So I'm going to unit. So I have internet. Okay, going to run it. All right, and finally the test was on or after. So it was after, right? So ending with this, beginning with this. Okay, so was on or after 01 and on or before that. Okay, so it was after this. So what we are going to do is we're going to copy this. Let me take this off. So this is going to be on or after. Okay, so this is going to be, click on my design, the test date greater than equals to this, and less than equals to what? This. Okay, so I don't know if that makes sense. So let me see if I can adjust it so it's clear. So obviously this is going to be greater than equals to this, on or before, on or after, and on or before. Okay, so I don't know if that makes sense. So obviously we're going to have on or after greater than or equals to this, and on or before less than or equals to this. Okay, so we're going to run it. Did I add a hash? I don't think I did. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I don't know what. Okay, so it seems, so obviously that didn't work. Let me see. Yes, between, yeah. So obviously when you have questions like this, um the test date was on or after and on or before. That it has to be between, instead of using obviously instead of using less than or equals to, the command becomes too complex, so you have between. So it has to be, when you say between 2 to 5, this simply means that the numbers have to be 2 and it has to be 5. So we're going to use between, like you can see right here, between in the slide. So let's do that. So I'm just going to switch to this between. Okay, okay, so let's run it. So we have it. So if we check the test date, you'll see that it is between 16 and of course 17. So that's 46 records in total. Okay, so yeah, so this has been a bit tricky, but the most important thing is for us to understand how this works. Okay, especially with the wild card, knowing which is starting and knowing which is ending, because obviously when is this is ending with this agile, and of course that's ending agile, and when it's the asterisk is at the beginning, it means you're starting with it. Every other thing can follow, and it has to end with this. Okay, so yeah, so I think we are done. Now we can create the report. So let's create the report. This video is going to be a bit longer than expected, but it's important because those errors I'm making is for you to know how they are and how to go about it. Okay, so think we're done with this. I'm going to save, and I'm going to close, and I'm going to create my report. So report wizard, I'm going to move. Okay, I'm going to move everything. Next, now they said do not group the data. So this is a group data, this is on group data. Okay, so next, yeah, what are we sorting? Sort the data into ascending order of units. Okay, ascending order of units. Okay, what else? And then descending order of scores. Then order of scores, it will be descending. Okay, so the units into what? Ascending order of units and then descending orders of scores. Okay, what landscape? Obviously it's going to be a landscape. Did they give a layout for it? It has to fit into a single page. So I'm just going to select the title here. Okay, okay, copy. I've explained this. Obviously if yours is not working, no problem. You can rename it after you're done. Okay, so I'm just going to close this and switch this to the layout. Okay, format, we can have this as black, we have this as white, bolded. Okay, so yeah, this is completed. So this is for report. pink. Sorry, we're using pink. Oh, now we just got another color, so I'm gonna take it off. All right, so let's start adjusting. We're adjusting. It has to be in this order, right? So let's start adjusting it. The first one is the student ID. I'm just going to move this somewhere. The next one is first name. The next one is family name. Then we have birth date. And then we have full time. Test date. Percentage marks, and result. So result is going to be here. Okay. Score. After result, score. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm just going to make this align to the left. Okay, the same thing with and percentage marks as well. All right, I think I've been able to fit to a page. I'm just going to move this gently. Nope. Going to move this gently. Okay. Now I'm using the arrow keys, holding my control, and moving the arrow keys. Okay. Okay. So yes. So it fits on a single page. Include the title so that it displays at the top of the page. It is centered within the width of the page. Oh, they gave specification in a bold serif. That's your Times New Roman 28 point font style. So yeah, top of the page, centered within. So let me do that. That's not what they're talking about. So let's see how we can center it. Okay. Okay, so this is center, yeah, and in a boat, sheriff. Okay, I think I've done both. That's Times New Roman 28. Okay, all letters are fully visible. Yes, they're fully visible. Calculate the average score and place this below the score column. So right here, we'll click on report and design, report layout design. Let's check. Calculate the average score. Okay, so right here, click on the average score. Okay, display the average score as an integer. Okay, so property sheet, format. We're going to make it standard. No, thank you. Okay, has the label average marks to the left of this value. So obviously we're going to do that on the design view. So let's switch to design view to do that. I'm going to make this clear. I'm going to add a label here. Click on format. Yes, I'm going to move this close. Because obviously they want it to the left of this value. Left. Okay. Still going to be the same thing. So obviously it's at the left of it. That's what they want. Okay. So we can switch on it to layout view. Okay. Still going to, yeah. No, it's not where I want it to be. Okay, I think this is, I want to see something. So I'm just going to make it the other one. Yeah. Has a name, serial number, candidate number on every page of the report. So obviously this is for the report footer. Is going to be at the beneath. Then this is the page footer that always shows for each page. So we're going to put, don't make the mistake of putting your name, center number here. You put it at the page footer. Okay, so I'm just going to add a label here. It's going to be my name, center number AN017. 1017, candidate number 02023. Just going to centralize this. Okay, I'm going to just make it 14. All right, I can even bold it and make the text black and bold it. Okay, home. Okay, this is better. Save and print your report. So let's save and print our report. Print preview. This is how it's going to look like. Okay, that appear on every page. Now make sure your name. They have entered your name, serial number, candidate number on your report. So this will be print out too. Okay, so print. Okay, I'm just going to look for it here. Okay, place in your evidence document a screenshot showing the formula used to calculate the average. So let's do that. So I'm going to switch to design view and I'm going to take the screenshot for this. Okay, click on new. Okay, this is going to be evidence 7. Okay, evidence 7. All right. So in this video also we're going to print out the evidence form because obviously we are done with everything here. So I think we're just going to print the evidence form so you see how it looks like. Um, so this is completed. This is 16 marks, but we are not done yet. Okay. Produce a report from all the data which selects. So we're going to create a query because we want to produce the report and we have some questions to answer before we are done. Okay. So we're going to create a query for this. Okay. Save, close. Now we're going to create a query for it. Okay, so let's we'll click on create. Then we're going to click on our query wizard. A simple query. Now don't be tempted to use the query. Don't do that. You have to select within the fields. Okay, don't make the mistake by selecting from the query. You're going to have a wrong value. Don't make that mistake. Please don't. Okay. So let's begin. So whenever I want to create on that query, you have to create from the table. You have to extract the data from the table, not from the query. Okay, not from already created query. No, don't do that. Display the field student ID, unit, result, test data, test day, start time. To display the fields, student ID, unit, results, test date, test day, start time, in this order, with data and label displayed in full. Do not group the data. Okay, that's the report. So what title are we giving it? Evening testing sections. Okay. Okay. Okay, so they are all fit within the weight. All right. Select only those records where test day is Friday or Monday. Okay. So obviously you just have to put it the way it is. Okay. Friday or Monday. Do we have a slide for it? Yes. So we have not C or IC. So it's going to appear as not C or IC. If you've watched my videos on Mailmage, you're going to see a sample of that. Okay, still the same thing. It will appear, it will display the not C. It's going to display the IC. Okay. All right. So Friday or Monday. So let's copy home, design view. Just adjust this. Okay. So the test day is going to display this. So you just copy it and you're going to run it. Okay. So we have 55 records. The test time is 18 hours or later. Okay. So greater than or equals to that. Okay. Okay. So that's for the start time. So it will be greater than or equals to this, because obviously it says start time is 18 or later. Okay. One. So we have just 17 records. Okay. All right. Okay. So we've created a query. Now let's create a report. I'm going to save this. Now to create our report, click on create report wizard, and we're going to move everything on it. Okay. Nope. That's not what we want. We want for evening test session to move everything on it. Yeah. This is group because they said do not group the data. So this is a group data. We don't want it to be grouped. Are we sorting? Sort the test date to the oldest test date. So the oldest test date is listed first. Now what they're simply saying is descending order. That's what they simply mean. They're just trying to confuse you, trying to make you to put your brain to work. Okay, so this simply means that the oldest test date is going to be listed first. So the oldest, so that's descending. Okay. Okay, what else again? Has the page orientation of portrait. Next, portrait. Okay, tabular is for form. Columnar is for form. Tabular is for report. Want to justify that? Nope. Okay, yeah. So we're going to put the same title. Again, if your systems is the type that don't accept the title at first, just save it the way it is, and you can also rename it. I'm still going to show you how you can go about it. all you have to do is you close, endeavor to save and close, and under your report you can right click and click on rename, and then you can type it in. Okay, all right. So let's adjust this. Let's go to the layout view to make some magic work, right? So the first thing is student ID. So whatever this is right now, I'm going to move you here and giving space for the student ID to be first. I'm going to use my arrow key. The next one is unit. Going to move units, move. Okay, yeah. The next one is it has to fit. I said fit on a single page. Result. Going to move result here. I'm going to adjust this. Test dates. So here you are. Hold my control. Move it here. Test day is my test day. Is my test day. Speaking of test day, I'm giving my students, my 11 students, test. They're writing a lot of tests. Okay. Okay. We have this. Okay. Okay. Right here. Okay. So we have this right here. All right. This is looking good, guys. All right. Okay. So we have done with this. Now they said have your name and center number, candidate number on the report. Also, obviously, you can set to put it at the report footer or the page footer. Anyone, it's just one page, so obviously it doesn't really matter anyway. But please, so you don't get carried away with oh, it's just put it on the page, okay? Put it on the page footer so you get used to it. All right. So the report footer obviously is not showing, so so probably you don't need to create it. Just going to reduce this. Yes. Okay, I'm just going to create a label. Okay, add a label here. Ajiro ND, comma. Center number is A for Ajiro, N for ND 0117. Candidate number is 2023. Okay, I'm going to make this centralized. Okay. So this has been save and print your report. Okay, so click on home, print preview. Okay, so obviously our name is here, right? And the evening session. Now obviously you're not going to have any mark for it, but I just feel like doing some things to it. Okay, and probably making this black and this white. Okay, maybe I should have left it the way it is. Okay, I think it's fine. So click on home, switch to print preview. Right, so we have this record here, and we can print. So let's print. So this is going to be print out 3. Save. Now you're done with your hard part. John is planning to validate data entry, right? Define the term data validation, name the appropriate type of validation that will be used in the score field, um, identify most appropriate validation criteria that will be used in the score field, name another type of validation to check data entry. Okay, so type your answer in 8. So we're going to type our answers here. So I'm just going to pause this video and then I'm just going to be right back with the answers. Okay. Okay. So we've been able to do that. So now the set define the term validation. So let's look at it on our mark scheme on our evidence document. Okay, which has been listed down here as a mark scheme guide. Okay. So now, validation in two ways. So we have the difference between data validation and data verification, right? Why validation talks about checking to see if the data is satisfies or are within a criteria that has been specified. To simply check the data that has been imputed in a computer. Verification, on the other hand, ensures that the data entered are correct. Okay, because obviously for verification you're comparing, right, if the data is what is with the original source. Okay, but validation talks about the certain rules that have been set to ensure that data entered imputed into the computer meets up that's satisfied that criteria that's been given. Okay, or to check if the data is reasonable or sensible. Now moving on to the next one, name the appropriate type of validation that will be used in the score field. Now, if you're wondering what is the score field, let's open to see. So we'll have an idea of the score field we're talking about. Nope, score field is here. So this is the score field right here. So they said what type of the appropriate type of validation will be used in the score field. Now, obviously, there is a score here, and if you check through the scores, it has a range of 0 to 60. That is the highest score. So obviously that will be a range. Okay, that will be a range. Okay, and you can see right here range check. Okay, now they said identify the most appropriate validation criteria that will be used in the score field. So what are the appropriate validation criteria that we use? Greater than 0, less than 60, less than or equals to 60. Okay, what other one here? You could have it should be between 0 and 60, right? And obviously it should be greater than minus, it should be greater than -1, and of course less than 61. So all these are just ways to play around. So but obviously you have equals to 0, right? And then less than or equals to 60. So those are these are the most appropriate criteria that can be used in the score. So it should be equals to 0, less than equals to, so obviously we see a extreme testing, right, between two values, or you could toggle around to say greater than -1 and less than 61. Okay, or between 0 and 60, whichever one. Name another type of validation to check data entry. We have the format check. Apart from the range check, we have the format check. There are so many checks we have here. In fact, all the checks you can think of, the limit check, check digits, type check, the lookup check, presence check. Of course, it doesn't have to be empty. Length check, it has to be a length of 2. Okay, 2. Existing check, there must be presence of that. You can take this off. Okay, so obviously these are okay, whichever one you want to pick, you're good to go. Okay, so I think with that we have come to the end of database. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to print our evidence document. Okay, I think I've been able to talk about cover everything here. so we can print our evidence document. So let's go to where we can print it. Now save and print your evidence document. Okay, so this will be printout 7. Now make sure that you have entered your name, serial number, candidate number on your evidence document. So let's do that. So make sure that your name, yes. So we're going to print this. Click on file, click on print, and we can just scroll down to ensure that everything is legible. Okay, so this will be, I'm just going to, okay, obviously maybe I can get it faster here. All right, I think I can get it faster here. Yeah, yes. So this is obviously going to be my printout 7. Okay, so we have printer 1, printer 2, printer 3, printer 4, printer 5, printer 6, and then we have printer 7. So so we can check the two printouts, especially we can check the printout 7, we can check the printout 3, we can check the printout 2 to see what we have done. Okay, our names are here, printout 2. Okay, and then our evidence document as well. Okay, so yes, we have completed all this. So please don't just watch, as my routine is, practice along with it, and please don't just practice along with it, do well to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more in-depth teaching of IGCSE ICT practicals and theoretical videos. Bye.